Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. How are you all doing? As you all know that it's really hot outside. Here in the it's too hot and the temperature is rising every day. So inside we keep the AC on, and because of this, we tend to fall sick easily. So my mom, after coming from UAE, she had a high fever, cold cough. So I was actually busy, taking care of her and all that stuff. So now here I'm making lunch. For lunch, I thought I'll make pumpkin. Uh, I used to not like pumpkin before, but then gradually when I started cooking for Ayun, I started liking the way it tasted. So here I was making sweet and sour pumpkin, for which I have chopped one onion and one tomato. And also I got this pumpkin. I don't take the whole pumpkin. I've taken a piece of pumpkin, which I'm going to cut them into medium size. I have removed the peel and I have diced them here. So I'm going to serve this pumpkin with boiled rice. So I'm going to give the traditional South Indian touch. I'm going to make a tempering before I cook the pumpkin. So here, you get the pumpkins really good. So I make sure every week I buy them, and it has a lot of nutritional values as well. So drumstick, pumpkin, all these veggies, we include in a diet. Here I've heated a vessel to which I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. You can use any oil of your choice. So after adding the oil, I'm going to add 3 pods of crushed garlic and let this cook for a minute. Once it's slightly golden, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. Along with mustard seeds, I'm adding few curry leaves here. This is a basic, tempering method where you use mustard, curry leaves, and garlic. And here, after giving the tempering, I'm going to add the onions and tomato and cook this. So I'm going to cook this until the tomatoes are slightly soft, and then I'm going to add the diced pumpkin. I'm going to now give it a nice mix. So after adding the pumpkin, I'm going to add turmeric. Here I'm using half a teaspoon of turmeric and about 1 teaspoon of chili powder. You can add more or less according to your preference. This point we are going to add only turmeric and chili powder. I'm not going to add any salt. I'll be adding salt once the pumpkin have cooked. Add enough water to cook the pumpkin. You can add more or less. If you want a nice gravy, you can add more water. Here I'm going to make like a sabzi, so I'm going to keep a little lesser water. So I'll cover this and let this cook. Pumpkins actually cook quite faster. I don't cook it in a pressure cooker. I keep them in a direct like this on a vessel. So this takes about 10 minutes. In 10 minutes our pumpkin will be ready. Pumpkin has been cooking for a while. It's halfway done. At this point I'm going to add salt according to the taste. Now I've added here a piece of tamarind and a small piece of jaggery to give that tangy and sweet taste to the gravy. So I'll cook this for another 5 minutes and it will be all done. This texture of the pumpkin is great to go with boiled rice or chapati. Our pumpkin is completely cooked. So once they are done, jaggery and tamarind is incorporated in the gravy, you can turn off the flame. Also, I've cooked here boiled rice, and here is a pumpkin. I've fried some fish for the lunch. Also made tomato sour, simple tomato sour, and here is our lunch. If you all haven't tried this type of pumpkin, sweet and sour, the sweet flavor of jaggery and the sour flavor of tamarind goes really well with the pumpkin. You need to try this. This is absolutely delicious. So here I was having my cup of tea. So I was showing you all the new cake which I bought, the banana walnut. This was really good, slightly sweet. And after having the tea, I put Ayun to do his homework. Homework in the sense I teach him at home. So this was our dinner. We had pizza for dinner, and this was the next day morning where I woke up for this mess. Every night I make sure that I put all of these stuffs in their place, but last night I was really tired, so I got back to sleep quite early. Then before I get cleaning this up, I thought of making breakfast. I was really hungry and I was craving for upma, so thought of making a quick upma. Here I'm going to slice one small onion, before which I'm going to roast half a cup of semolina. I'm making a simple upma recipe here. Usually I add vegetables like green beans, carrot, peas. You can also add potato, broccoli, any vegetables of your choice. So here semolina has been roasted. Once they are nice and slightly brown, I'm going to remove them into a plate. Also, meanwhile, I've chopped here one onion, two green chili, one small piece of ginger, and I've kept urad dal and curry leaves, everything ready so that I can make quickly. Now to the same vessel I'm adding about 1 tablespoon of oil. You can use ghee, butter, anything according to your preference. So once the oil has heated, I'm going to give the tempering, for which I'm going to add first the chopped ginger. After adding ginger, I'm going to saute it for about a minute, and then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. Ginger has cooked well, so I'm going to add the urad dal. Here I've taken about 1 tablespoon of urad dal. After adding urad dal, I'm going to saute for about 20 to 25 seconds, and then I'm going to add the mustard seeds, about 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. So after adding the mustard seeds and urad dal, here I'm adding few curry leaves, and along with the curry leaves I've added the chopped onions, and I'm going to saute it for about a minute. Once the onion turns translucent, I'm going to add the green chili and a quarter teaspoon of asafoetida ing. Adding asafoetida is completely optional. So once after adding this, I'm going to slightly, toss them. Here our tempering is ready. Trust me when I say this, adding asafoetida gives that nice aroma and flavor to the upma. So after adding all the tempering, I'm going to add 2 cups of water. I'm going to keep the upma slightly runny. I like it, in this consistency. I'm going to season it with salt. Also, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of sugar. I like that spicy, sweet flavor of upma. Uh, Adding, sugar is completely optional again. So even after serving, I add little sugar on top of upma. That's how my mom used to serve us when I was small. Felt like salt is little less, so I'm adding little more salt here. I'm going to cover this and let this come to a boil. Meanwhile, I've kept water for tea, to which I've added some ginger. Having a slight sore throat, I'm going to make a nice, dark cup of tea. Here, water has boiled for upma. Now I'm going to add the roasted semolina. Once after adding the semolina, you need to stir it continuously so that there are no lumps. So I'm going to keep this stirring continuously for a while, and then I'm going to cover this and let it cook. Meanwhile, my tea is also getting ready. This is not my everyday breakfast. I keep changing and making different breakfasts. Sometimes it's only bread and jam, bread butter, also yogurt bowl with fruits, masala oats, the plain oats porridge. I keep changing and making, sometimes also just cereals, cornflakes. So when I'm really lazy to do something, I just have cereals or cornflakes. So here Opa has been cooking. So I'll let this cook until the water has slightly absorbed, but I'll keep it little runny because I like it that way. I'll cover this and let it cook for a while. So here our simple and delicious upma is ready. Now I'm going to serve. Just before serving for myself, I'm going to serve this breakfast for mama, and then I'm going to have one for myself. Because upmas are slightly spicy, Ayan doesn't like having them for breakfast. Otherwise also he doesn't have them, so I need to make a different breakfast for him. So once he wakes up, I'm going to make a different breakfast for him. Here, while pouring the tea, I spill few, like always. This happens to me most of the time, so I'll quickly serve this for mama and then make one for myself. Here is my bowl of upma, to which I have sprinkled a little sugar, and my cup of tea with some ginger and elaichi. I'm sure mommies watching this video can relate to me. We mommies, do not get time for anything. So here I was having my breakfast quickly so that I can get back to cleaning and doing dishes. So just before kids wake up, I try to finish most of the work. After having my breakfast, I got back to cleaning, and then also kids woke up, and then I had to give Ayun his breakfast. I couldn't shoot because Ayana wasn't listening. So after that, also got back to kitchen to make lunch. So here I was slicing onion and tomato for the curry because mama had a slightly cough and cold. She wanted a simple food, so that I was making a boiled rice and simple tomato sour with broccoli ki sabzi. So I had a piece of broccoli, so thought of making a simple sabzi by adding onion, tomato, green chili. Here I was chopping tomato for tomato salad. I also had 3 or 4 pieces marinated pomfret. A few pieces I had fried yesterday, and there were 3 or 4 pieces left over. So I thought of frying them and finishing it off. So quickly I'll make lunch. This is a simple recipe of making tomato sour with onion, tomato, green chili, garlic, and I'm adding enough water, and I'll keep this to boil. I am not using any tempering here. You could even use pepper powder and also season it with salt, and then let it boil for 10 to 15 minutes. Quickly, I'm going to fry the leftover fish here. I'm using coconut oil for frying. I usually use coconut oil for frying fish and making omelette. Usually I make boiled rice. When I make boiled rice, I make sure I make fish curry or veg curry along with fish fry. If I'm making the pulav or chicken fried rice, I boil egg or fried chicken. So our fish is getting fried, and while voiceovering, even Ayana is crying. So this is the plate for Ayun for lunch, and here is my plate of lunch. Here I have tomato sour, broccoli, fish fry, and I had a mango, so I cut them. So as I enjoy my lunch, you all please do subscribe to my channel. Also, do not forget to like, comment, and share. Also, in the next video, I'm going to share you all my Eid shopping. So if you all have started your Eid shopping, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.